हाँ भाई, सब राजी खुशी भाई, क्या हाल है तुम्हारे? लो आ गए हम फिर से। शिट, बॉडी बॉडी के क्या हाल है? ठीक ठाक है, बन रही है, रास्ते में है। ये वाले हाथ के थोड़े ज़्यादा बन रहे हैं, इस वाले हाथ के थोड़े कम बन रहे हैं, बट ठीक है, आ जाएगा टाइम के साथ साथ। अबे यार रुको यार, फिर से ध्यान आया यार, ये आवाज़ भाई, एक जब वीडियो आपकी म्यूट चली जाती है ना भाई, तो दुख भाई, दुख जो दुख होता है ना वो अलग ही होता है भाई। तुमने इतनी बकवास करी और वो सारी बकवास म्यूट चली गई। दिस इज सो नॉट फेयर गाइस। आ रही है? बोलना कुछ। हाँ, आई एग्री विद यू ब्रो। वो भी कह रहा है दिस इज सो नॉट फेयर। सो आई होप आप लोग अच्छे होंगे। सबसे पहले बैठ जाते हैं भाई आराम से। लाइट वाइट आ रही है कि नहीं आ रही है? रुक जा, अगर मैं ऊपर बैठूंगा तो मेरा चेहरा चला जाएगा क्या? नहीं, क्योंकि मैं ऐसे बैठता हूँ तो मेरा चेहरा बच जाएगा। यार वो कैमरा ना, वो टीवी के ऊपर ऐसे आता है तो उसका मुंह ऐसे हो जाता है थोड़ा सा ना, तो वो नीचे का हिस्सा लेता है, ऊपर का मिस कर देता है। अब इतनी मेहनत कौन करे भाई। आ रहा हूँ ना मैं पूरा का पूरा, बस बहुत है। ओम हरिओम हरिओम। प्रोटीन पी चुके हैं अपन अपना। प्रोटीन खत्म नहीं, तो प्रोटीन पी लिया अपन ने। आज जिम नहीं जा रहे, आज हम सूर्य नमस्कार भी नहीं कर रहे, आज हम रेस्ट कर रहे हैं। बट गेमिंग के लिए क्या रेस्ट? गेमिंग तो अपने आप में रेस्ट है, तो ये वाला रेस्ट लेंगे हम आज। और हम बुक पढ़ रहे थे, हम 3 चीज़ें सिखाने की कोशिश कर रहे थे। तीसरी को भूल जाओ, पहले पहली 2 चीज़ें सीखते हैं, तीसरी चीज़ 1 साल 2 साल बाद तुम्हें बताई जाएगी, क्योंकि वो तुम अभी से सीख नहीं पाओगे। तो लेट्स बिगिन द फकिंग जर्नी इन विच द फर्स्ट स्टेप इज टू गेट फकिंग फिट यू मदर फ्रेंड्स। माँ के दोस्तों, माँ के बेटों, तो पहला नियम ये है कि गेट योर सेल्फ फिजिकली फिट। पहला सुख निरोगी खाया। तो या तो तुम्हें फिट होने का है, जिम जाओ, अपनी कॉलोनी में भागो, कहीं भी भागो, सूर्य नमस्कार करो। सूर्य नमस्कार बहुत तगड़ी एक्सरसाइज है भाई। मतलब अगर तुम 30 कर लेते हो, लाइक 2 पैरों से, एक पैर से पीछे जाना फिर दूसरे पैर से आना, ये कंप्लीट एक साइकिल मानते हैं। तो तुम ऐसी 25 30 50 जितनी कर लो, मतलब 10 में भी तुम्हारे पसीने आ जाएंगे, मतलब तुम्हारी बॉडी ढंग से गर्म हो जाएगी। बट अगर तुम 50 भी कर लेते हो तो बहुत बेस्ट है। मैं कहाँ पहुँचा? मेरा टारगेट क्या है? मेरा टारगेट है 9 4 जा कितना होता है? 36। हाँ, तो मैं अराउंड 36-40 के आसपास करता हूँ, क्योंकि शुरुआत भी मैंने इस तरीके से की थी कि मैं 9 के वो कर रहा था। तो अभी मैं 4 सेट लगाता हूँ 9 के। ऊपर से 1-2 बार मैं भूल जाता हूँ, तो वो एक्स्ट्रा फिर करने पड़ते हैं मेरे को। फिर मैं रिस्क नहीं लेता कि अगर क्या पता 36 की जगह 25 हुए हों, तो फिर मैं 40 के आसपास कर लेता हूँ उठपटांग तरीके से ना, कि मतलब कुछ छूट ना जाए। तो ये उसी में बॉडी पूरी ऐसी पसीने से तर हो जाती है, मतलब जैसे सपाटे नहीं मारते रहते लोग, उनकी बॉडी से ऐसे ऐसी वाली तो नहीं निचुड़ती। हाँ, ऐसी मैं तो 100 पे जब पहुँचूंगा, मे बी आई गेस 50-60 पे पहुँचूंगा, तब जाके भीगने लगेगी। 40 में भीग जाती है, मतलब पूरे यहाँ से पेट से पूरा, यहाँ से पूरी गीली हो जाती है। बट फिर भी अपने को गीले वाले से मतलब नहीं, अपने को फिट रहना है, अपने को पसीना निकालना है, हर छेद खोलना है जहाँ से पसीने की बूंद निकले। तो पहला नियम है फिजिकली फिट होना। दूसरा गाइस, दूसरा है गेट योरसेल्फ एजुकेटेड। विदाउट एजुकेशन you can be at peace but you will not progress. You may find peace without education, क्योंकि ज्ञान हमेशा अंदर से आता है, बट वो दूसरा वाला ज्ञान आता है, मेन वाला ज्ञान आता है। बट टू लिव इन दिस वर्ल्ड यू नीड टू गेट योरसेल्फ एजुकेटेड। तो हम एजुकेशन के लिए अभी तो और कुछ नहीं कर नहीं रहा है। मैंने एवरेस्ट, यार मैं नाम तो सही ले रहा हूँ ना भाई, ऐप का नाम क्या है माँ के बेटे? एवरेंड, सॉरी एवरेस्ट कह रहा था मैं। एवरेस्ट मसाले सच नहीं, वो तो MDH वाले हैं। एवरेस्ट वाले झूठ हैं, पता नहीं भाई, जो भी है। तो ये ऐप का नाम है एवरेंड, और इसमें मैंने सब्सक्रिप्शन लिया है कह सकते हो, बुक का, जिसमें मैं एक बुक पढ़ रहा हूँ। ये सेव्ड में आएगा ना? हाँ, तो हम 2 चैप्टर कंप्लीट कर चुके हैं इस बुक के। खुद सुनो, मतलब खुद सुनो और देखो क्या कंटेंट है। बुक का नाम मैटर नहीं करता, बुक किस बारे में ये मैटर नहीं करती, बुक इम्पॉर्टेंट है, ठीक है? कुछ भी पढ़ो। इंटरेस्ट क्या है तुम्हारा? इंटरेस्ट तुम्हारा क्या? तेल लेने। तुम्हारा इंटरेस्ट कभी बुक पढ़ने में आएगा? आएगा तो अच्छी बात है, और आएगा भी तो कभी पिक ही नहीं बनना कि नहीं मैं ये वाली बुक नहीं पढ़ूंगा, मैं वो वाली बुक नहीं पढ़ूंगा। सारी बुक पढ़ो भाई, जो बुक तुम्हारे हाथ लग रही है पढ़ो, जिसके बारे में तुम, जिसके रिव्यूज अच्छे हैं, मतलब जो पढ़ी है लोगों ने और कह रहे हैं अच्छे हैं। नो मैटर व्हाट द जनर इज, genre is, no matter what the fuck the genre is, go fucking read the fucking book, you mother friend। तो अपन शुरू करते हैं जहाँ से अपन ने ख़त्म करा था। अपन ने 2 चैप्टर कंप्लीट कर लिए थे, आज हम पढ़ रहे हैं 3रा चैप्टर। तो लेट्स फकिंग बिगिन यू डमएसेस। तो अब हम स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, मैं पढ़ने की कोशिश करता हूँ। 3रे चैप्टर का नाम है रिवायरिंग हर अट्रैक्शन सर्किटरी। तुम्हें समझ में आ गया होगा अब तक ये बुक किस चीज़ के रिगार्डिंग है, बट ये ऐसे ही मैंने पिक कर ली रैंडम, क्योंकि बाकी चीज़ें फिर मैं, मतलब अच्छी बुक फिर मैं दो दिन पढ़ चुका था। लाइक मेरी पिछली वीडियोस चेक करोगे तो मैं पढ़ चुका हूँ, तो मैंने थोड़ा अलग पढ़ने की कोशिश करी। मैंने कहा ये भी पढ़ लेते हैं, दुनिया ये भी तो पढ़ ही रही है, तो क्या दिक्कत है, मंटो जी को भी थोड़ी इज्जत मिल जाएगी। नहीं, मजाक कर रहा हूँ, मुझे नहीं पता मंटो जी ने क्या लिखा था, मैं तो ऐसे कह रहा हूँ। बट लेट्स फकिंग स्टार्ट। Rewiring her attraction circuitry. Creatures of sentiment. Logic and reason can be used to determine a course of action, but often men and women alike are motivated more persuasively by their emotions. Often we simply use our intellect to rationalize those emotional actions after the fact. To women, emotions are much more profound and encompassing than they are even to men. Because a woman's attraction circuitry is calibrated less to a man's physical characteristic than his social and hence survival value, her emotions are at the center of her thoughts and action. कोई बात नहीं. In fact, when a woman explains something, she will often use emotions as legitimate reason upon themselves. Just feeling something to be true is reason enough. Women simply have more acute social triggers differentially designed into their behavioral system due to their need to assess a potential mate's social value. As a result, don't try to convince her, don't bother try to convince her, argue with her, or engage her in any other way on a purely logical level. Okay? Logic should never be used as a motivator in the field, because what a woman thinks she likes or says she likes is not necessarily what she responds to in reality. Stimulate her emotion. The Venusian artists use emotional stimulation instead of rational discourse. As long as it feels right, your romantic interest will invent her own reason for what is happening. In other words, woman will come up with 1,000 reasons that she shouldn't have sex with you, but she will also come up with 1,000 reasons for why she did. Never be apathetic. A woman knows how susceptible to persuasions she becomes in excited emotional state. Often, her safeguard is to avoid the risk of becoming emotionally engaged in any interaction where she doesn't feel she trusts or safety, or where the man gaming her doesn't adequately demonstrate a high survival and replicate value. After all, allowing a man with low value to influence her emotion is counterproductive. So engaging a woman on an emotional level, even if it involved a bad emotion such as frustration or jealousy, is preferable to not engaging her at all. Instead of only trying to give her food emotion while avoiding bad ones. Stimulate her with a range of feelings including curiosity, fascination, connection, indignation, validation, laughter, embarrassment, happiness, sadness, and fear of value loss. The more she is stimulated, the more compelling the experience will be for her. The entire A2 phase, A2 phase तो बताया नहीं. The entire A2 phase of the mystery method, detailed in chapter 6, is dedicated to the technique for this. Okay, chapter 6 में बताएगा भाई. A2. I don't know what that is. Intuition trumps analysis. Okay, if a woman wants to determine if you are being real with her, she won't use logic to analyze what you have said for inconsistencies. Instead, she will observe your action to see if you appear congruent with what you are saying. Women follow their intuition over analysis, okay? Women often look for the real meaning behind what you say. For example, if you tell a story about your friend, a woman may assume that you are actually talking about yourself. Again, दोबारा पढ़ता हूँ, मैसेज आ गया था, साइलेंट कर देता हूँ भाई. Women often look for the real meaning behind what you say. For example, if you tell a story about your friend, a woman may assume that you are telling or talking about yourself. Women possess what is called dynamic social intuition, okay? Peacock theory. Just as long cumbersome appendage on the end of a male bird is costly evidence of its survival abilities, something peahens want in their offspring. A person is said to peacock when he or she wears attention-getting clothes. This prompts others to interact with him or her. If you peacock girl will look at you more often, while lower value guys will make sniggering comments. This means that there will be more social pressure on you than you would normally experience, which can be used to your advantage. You demonstrate higher value when people perceive that you are accustomed to social pressure and otherwise unaffected by it. Even though you are wearing non-conformist clothes, you can still survive in this world. Women will think, wow, despite that tail, he's still here, he's still alive. They will perceive this as social dominance. The key is that people must see your personality as congruent with your peacock image, okay? A man with a top hat and a great feather bow, a woman on each arm, surrounded by laughter friends, looks like a man. Everyone in the room will notice him, and women will whisper one another and want to introduce to him. But the same man in the same clothes, sitting alone in the corner, will look like a social reject. By the same token, peacocking should be unique and dominant expression of higher social value. Otherwise, it not only lose its desired effect but also can actually work against you in the field. One guy dressed to the nine looked like the man. Two guys decked out that way looked gay. That's why I come in like a rock star. But my other friends just wearing same thing cool, for example new boots or an odd looking chain or a new jacket with something cool spray painted on the back. Successful peacocking takes preparation and thought. At any time somewhere in the world an instructor is stalking someone shopping to find a look that works on him. You don't have to wear a top hat right out of chute, but as my friend's example suggests, try wearing at least one item of the clothing curious looking enough to get people's attention. It may be used as a lock-in prop, which I will discuss further in chapter 6. What's more, it will allow women to comment, for good or a bad, if they wish to strike up a conversation. For example, if you are talking to a woman and she senses that conversation winding down, she may suddenly say, "Oh, that's cool necklace." This is her way of continuing the interaction in perfectly reasonable way while reserving some elements of possible deniability, that is, keeping the responsibility for anything that might happen on you. On more than one occasion, I have had women walk up to me and tell me that they either loved or hated my goggles. Either way, I would reply, "No, you don't. Yours are attracted to me." Achha bhai. Social awareness. You will hear women ask men, "So what do you do? Where are your friends? Where did you graduate? And who is he?" Various kind of social ranking are a great interest to people, especially women. These include occupation and your ranking within it, social status, reputation, and social and sexual alignment. The answer to these questions help a woman judge whether you possess a high enough survival and replicate value for her. Discretion is a virtue. When she says not here, you understand, you say I understand. A woman's reputation directly influences her social status. ओए क्या कर दिया मैंने? एक सेकेंड. Okay. Discretion is a virtue. When woman says not here, you say I understand. A woman's reputation directly influences her social status. This is why women are easier to get into bed when they are on vacation. They are more likely to indulge in an adventure that they trust hold no social consequences. This is also why women are appreciative of men who understand and practice discretion. A Venusian artist will never brag publicly about his sexual conquest unless doing so with her permission legitimately raises her social status. If you brag, not only will it eventually get back to her, but also any other woman who hears it will be on notice that sexual relations with you carry social consequences. So, for example, when you obtain a phone number from a woman, don't walk straight to your friend and high five them for all to see. Okay. The anti-slut defense. Okay, the word slut is a weapon women use against other women in an attempt to lower their competitors' perceived social value. Women have a powerful interruption mechanism known to pick up artists as the anti-slut defense. I don't know what that means. Not only do women prefer to avoid having others perceive them as slut, but they also want to avoid the discomfort of feeling like a slut. So a woman highly calibrated ASD circuit act as an interpret mechanism to help her avoid this fate. Be aware of others in proximity, as their presence alone may influence the behavior of the woman you are trying to kiss. Possible deniability. A woman will rarely do anything during the pickup that makes her feel responsible for what may happen between the two of you. To whatever degree she feels responsible, her anti-slut defense will be activated. Thus, she has a need for possible deniability. For example, if you were to say to her, "Hey, let's go back to my place and have sex," she would have to say no even though she wanted to say yes, because saying yes would make her responsible for what is happening, which she can never be. But if instead you were to say, "Hey, let's stop by my place on the way to that party, I have to show you my tropical fish," now she has an excuse and possible deniability to stop by your place and then, oopsies, having sex with you. One thing led to another. This is why serendipity is so romantic. After all, if it was meant to be, then how can it be her fault? Who is she to deny fate? Act with moxies. Moxies means inventive courage. The Venusian artist must always be leading the interaction. She has no choice. The Venusian artist must always be leading the interaction. He has no choice. Women seldom take responsibility for what is happening. For example, it is necessary to keep things interesting during opening phase of the game. If you don't work to steer the conversation into interesting topic, the woman may accidentally raise her own boring topics and then she feel bored and blame it on you. It may not seem fair that we men are responsible for leading the conversation, but if we don't, then we may lose the girl. If she feel bored around you but excited around other guys, why should she waste her time on you? Make things happen. Take responsibility for your shared experience with her. It's your job to foster each shared moment and lead her from one to the next with moxies. Whether it's moving from phase to phase, meeting the objective of each phase, escalating, venue changing, or something else. You will learn how to do this step by step in the very next chapter. If she is boring and bored, it's your fault. Persistence. This is another way to relieve her of any responsibility for what is happening. Of course, don't confuse persistence with begging, arguing, or being pushy, needy, or creepy. All it means is don't give up too easily. Girls may test you to find out how easily you throw in the towel, and they want to gauge your self-confidence. Just assume that she is giving a little token resistance and continue. If she didn't resist at least a little bit, she would feel like a slut. Okay, that's not going to happen. And if you can't take her crap, how in the world are you going to protect her from the other people's crap? Okay, this can be tricky. An overly aggressive man might misinterpret all resistance as being merely token and could eventually find himself facing a rape charge. Okay. However, a man who isn't persistent enough will acquiesce every time a woman resists, when in many cases she was secretly hoping that he would be little more forceful. Okay. Congruence test. A woman's number one emotional priority is safety and security. Above all, she wants a man who makes her feel safe and protected. It would be more convenient if she could simply ask each man whether he would be able to adequately support and protect her and her offspring. But of course, he would then lie in order to obtain sex. She must test. It's important to remember that often she is not deliberately testing you. It's not necessarily something that she is consciously aware of. She just gets a feeling to behave a certain way. So she does. Depending on how you react, she feels either more or less attracted as a result. This is known as congruence test. If she views you as a contender, then she will test you. A woman often won't even bother to test a low-value male. Instead, she will just become non-responsive and then leave as soon as possible. Thus, a test can be considered as an indicator of interest of sort. Okay, congruence tests are double-edged sword. If you respond the right way, she will be noticeably more attracted to you after the test, but if you fail, she will noticeably less attractive. Chapter 7 explain how to pass her test. Okay, appeasement is futile. Women will keep pushing and testing until they find all your boundaries. When a woman pushes and feels that resistance, it allows her to feel secure with you. This is what she is looking for. But if she doesn't feel that resistance, then she will keep pushing until she walks all over you and then seek challenge elsewhere. ध्यान से सुनना ये वाला. When a woman pushes and feels that resistance, it allows her to feel secure with you. This is what she is looking for. But if she doesn't feel the resistance, then she will keep pushing until she walks all over you and then seeks challenge elsewhere. Of course, a woman will be unable to respect a man if she can walk all over him. It will be mildly disappointing to her, but she will also feel reassured about her feminine power, which feels good, and she may even reward this submission with positive reinforcement. Good doggy. Okay. The moral is, just because you compliment a girl doesn't mean it will bring you any closer to sex. A girl who may enjoy the ego boost when a man catcall at her, but she will rarely, if ever, have sex with those men. Although you may be an attractive guy with relatively high SNR value, another guy just like you could easily come along tomorrow. In that moment when she is intoxicated with the emotion of flirting with you and she gives you her phone number, she may She may have every intention of following up with you in the future. But once you are separated, memories slowly fade and new flirtation arises. So it is not enough for her to be attracted to you. She become more invested in her interaction with you because interaction with you before parting. The more invested she is in her interaction with you, the more motivated she will be to get a return on that investment. In other words, the more time she spends with you, the more money she spends on you, the more effort she expert to get your attention or validation. The more she is emotionally and physically engaged with you, the more likely you will begin a sexual relationship with her. What are forms of investment? What are forms of investment? Emotional investment. Women are reluctant to allow themselves to become emotionally vulnerable around men of dubious intent or low SNR value. A woman shows that she gets more emotional. A woman knows that once she becomes more emotional, it becomes much more difficult to attract herself from the situation, extract herself from the situation. Physical investment. Kissing is bigger investment than walking arm in arm. Sex is bigger investment than kissing. Time. The more time you spend together, the more invested she becomes. It takes an average of 4 to 10 hours to develop enough familiarity for sex. Okay. Effort. Is she chasing? People don't value that. What comes too early, the more effort she puts in, the more invested she has become. Money. Did you buy her a drink or did she buy one for you? Many of the tactics in the game are not designed to attract her, but rather to use that attraction as a bait in order to get her more invested in her interaction with you. Discomfort and confrontation. Women tend to avoid discomfort and confrontation. This may seem like common sense, but these points are critical to achieving success in the game. Having a positive, open attitude. Don't be judgmental or jealous. Don't act as if things are a big deal. They aren't. Don't complain or be emotionally pushing. If you call her on her shit while talking on the phone, she will just avoid talking to you on the phone instead of being the whiny or emotionally abusive boyfriend. Whenever she pulls a fast one, be the guy who has plenty of relationship option. If she flanks on you, don't comfort her about it next time you see her. Are you the guy who sat around and got upset? Or are you the guy who called over another girl and then forget all about it? That's different. Fun and stimulation. Just as she tends to avoid discomfort, she is also attracted to fun stimulation once her safety has become secure, of course. Attractive women are often found on boats or dance floors, at parties or in nice cars, around bad boys and rich men. These scenarios are much more compelling than just hanging with the nice guy. To avoid that fate, be a fun and playful person. This is preferable to appearing tough or too deep. Be challenging to women. These value challenges. Be slightly unpredictable. Familiarity breeds contempt. Embrace your passion and be involved in activities. Okay, develop your social circle. Invest time and energy in cultivating it. Okay, keeping a woman around is an active process. After you win her over, you can't just put her in a box and pull her out like a toy when you feel like playing with it. She needs adequate love and attention, stimulation, a firm hand, and several trillion other things. She will never be completely content, but it is possible to keep her coming back for more. Your objective isn't to have sex with her, it's to allow her to fall in love with you. Okay? Women understand social dynamics. Women are wonderful creatures, but they are not angels of purity and morality. They are human just like the rest of us. In the field, you often may notice women lying or using other manipulation. They may act jealous, try to make you jealous, use their sexuality to gain power, lies about their age or give you a wrong number, stir up trouble, or without hesitation ditch you for something shiner, someone with higher status, more testosterone, better cocaine. As empathetic as women are deemed to be, they will not only necessarily later wallow in pathos with a solitary tear on her cheek full of regret for ditching you. Don't take it personally. You just didn't convey enough SNR value for them by the time they had to choose whether to see you again. It's just part of the game. Matador, one of the most top instructor, was telling me about a student he had who come to his 3-day workshop. On the first night, the woman in whom he was invested blew him off. The second night he ran into her again, and as he was armed with more advanced skill, he did learn that very day she soon was begging him to take her phone number. Same guy, same girl, different result. Rating a woman's appearance. Men seek more replication value than survival value from women, and women seek more survival value than replication value from men. In fact, the woman of health and beauty conscious Armesia, though perhaps disgruntled by the true nature of their humanity, are well aware that there are social values can be rated largely on their looks. Pickup artists have employed a low threshold decimal rating system to score a woman appearance from 6 to 10, with 6 being okay looking girl and 10 being a supermodel hot. We do not rate below a 6. A woman may understandably feel it sexist to be privately referred to by a number such as 7 or a 9, but sexism is prejudice or discrimination based on sex and not perceived survival and replication value. This is different. Women, along with men, must accept the fundamental reality of humanity. Judicially assessing another's social value directly influences whether their offspring will possess high survival and replicate value. Women of different rating respond differently. So pickup artist needs to assess a woman's objective social values and calibrate their game accordingly. Furthermore, men and women will also respond differently to others based on the perception of their relative difference in social status. Seeking rapport, for instance, is often an easy way to open a conversation with a set of 7s, but will only get you blown out with a set of 10s. Being cocky and challenging, which 9s and 10 absolutely love, will often cause a 6 or 7 to react in a nasty way. The mystery method, with its emphasis on raising one long-term social value, is geared toward attracting 10s. In fact, you may have to tone down aspect of your game if you are dealing with a less than beautiful woman, or she might reject you to protect her own ego. It's easier for her to shoot down a guy for an immediate ego boost than to risk being rejected by one whom she doesn't feel qualified for in the first place. Cat theory. What the cat theory says. Why do you suppose we only feel compelled to chase the ones who run away? Cat don't take orders, but they can be tempted to chase. If you tie a feather to the end of a string and use it properly, you can get a cat to perform acrobatics. But isn't it interesting that if you put the feather down in front of the cat and it will turn up its nose? Cats are always curious, especially about shiny new things such as a ball on a rubber cord, catnip treat, the feather on the string. They can be easily distracted, but once they are invested in trying to catch something, it can become their single-minded focus. There is a lot to learn from cats. If you push cat off to you, they jump back onto your lap. If you want to hold them, then they want to put them down. If they are feeling nasty, they might bite or scratch. Cats crave attention and get jealous of other cats. Sometimes cats will just rub against you and purr with contentment. You can really tell when a cat likes someone. As the Venusian artists proceed with pickups, he keeps validation and attention just slightly out of the target's reach. If he is too easily acquired, then a woman will quickly grow bored and lose interest. But likewise, if he is completely unattainable, then she will also lose interest and give up. Therefore, keep the bait just barely out of her reach and then continually entice her in small increments. Boyfriends. 9 times out of 10, when a woman says, I have a boyfriend, what this translates is, you just telegraphed too much interest. It has nothing to do with whether she actually has a boyfriend. In fact, if she is attracted to you, she will often deliberately hide the boyfriend from you until after you had sex with her. Okay? In fact, if she is attracted to you, she will often deliberately hide the boyfriend from you until you have had sex with her. That's interesting. Whether she mentions him or not in no way proves that she actually exists, only that she have a motive to mention him. Some reason that a woman might say she has a boyfriend. Though she doesn't have a boyfriend, she is not attracted to you or you're miscalibrated your escalation. She does have a boyfriend, and given her current situation, she has chosen to stick with that relationship. Okay? Third one. She doesn't have a boyfriend and is willing to sleep with you. रुक जाओ यार, ये बोल रहा है बार बार. कल तो नहीं कर रहा था ऐसे. तो तीसरा पॉइंट क्या था? She does have a boyfriend and is willing to sleep with you, but wants to make sure that you understand her situation first. She wants discretion and understanding. And though she might be available for you for sex, she is not immediately available for any more of commitment. Okay? Fourth, she does have a boyfriend and she is willing to cheat on him. They often are if your game is tight. But she doesn't want you to feel guilty about it. This is her rationalization process at work. As long as she mentioned that boyfriend before sleeping with you, she can rationalize to herself that it was your fault. Sure, she might regret it later, but that won't necessarily stop her from cheating. Fifth, she doesn't have a boyfriend and she is attracted to you. She just doesn't want to look like a loser who can't get a man. Most hot women have arbiters anyway. Nice guy who pose as their friend but secretly wants to sleep with them. Since the word boyfriend can have so many different meanings, she is thinking of one of her arbiters as a placekeeper. The bottom line is, don't ask about her boyfriend and don't appear fazed if she mentions him. He may not even exist. Just take it as an instance of a lack of interest caused by you telegraphing too much interest far too soon. Okay? Review. Emotion are circuits in brain that judge value and create motivation. They are designed to keep you alive and to replicate your genes. People are likely to act based on their emotion and then backward rationalize because women have highly developed emotional circuits. They are especially susceptible to this. People seek alignment and pair bonds based on SNR value. Women take a much larger risk, evolutionarily speaking, when they have sex. Sex is also a much larger investment for them than it is for men. For this reason, women have emotional circuitry designed to take this into account. For example, women tend to experience much more anxiety just prior to sex with a new lover. Obviously. Don't bother trying to convince a woman, arguing with her, or otherwise engage her on a logical level. What a woman likes or says she likes is not necessarily what she responds to emotionally, thus sexually. Next, if a woman remains non-responsive, that means she is deliberately cutting you off from gaming her. A woman will not allow herself to become emotionally vulnerable around you if you haven't demonstrated enough value or she doesn't feel safe. Okay? Peacocking is the use of attention getting clothes to amplify your response in the field. Try wearing at least one item that is cool and attract attention. A woman's reputation is often very important to her, thus she is much more likely to indulge sexually when she trusts that there will be no social consequences. All women have a powerful interruption mechanism known as anti-slut defense or ASD. When you play solid games, you will be able to escalate smoothly without triggering a woman's anti-slut defense. A woman often won't do anything that makes her feel responsible for the escalation. She needs possible deniability. The Venezuelan artist must take responsibility to make things happen and act as moxie. Next, a woman may use congruence tests to provoke a reaction from you. Then her intuition tells her whether you seem congruent. She tests in this way so that she can find your boundaries, which allow her to feel secure. This behavior is instinctive and allow her to more accurately determine what sort of man you really are. Most women view men as the abundant resource. Thus, it's not enough to attract her. She must become invested in the interaction. A woman will seek out fun and stimulation and avoid confrontation and discomfort. Don't act as if things are a big deal. Just repeat the words, no problem, in your head until you really believe it. No matter what happens, it's not a big deal. Okay? Part of being a man of value is pursuing your dreams, having a strong identity, and living a passionate life. Okay? Part of being a man of value is pursuing your dreams, having strong identity, and living passionate life. That makes sense. The decibel rating scale is used for rating women based on their appearance from 6 to 10, an okay girl being a 6 and a supermodel being a 10. As you proceed with the pickup, keep the woman just inside that window between revalidation and rejection. She must be baited to chase in small increments, just like a cat with a sting. Okay, next. Don't ask about a woman's boyfriend and don't be fazed if she mentions him. He may not even exist. So that was chapter 3 guys. मुझे लग रहा है आगे के चैप्टर बहुत बड़े होने वाले हैं क्योंकि ये तो देख 50 पे ख़त्म हुआ था और 64 पे मतलब 14 पेजेस ही पढ़े अपन ने। ओम हरिओम, तो मतलब कुछ ज़्यादा पढ़ा नहीं हमने, बट ठीक है, यू गेट द जिस्ट ऑफ इट कि क्या चल रहा है। दैट्स गुड, अंडरस्टैंडेबल। तो अब तक जितना पढ़ा, आई होप यू गाइज लाइक इट। चैप्टर 3 ख़त्म हो चुका है। अब नेक्स्ट टाइम हम पढ़ेंगे चैप्टर 4। तो आई होप यू गाइज अंडरस्टूड व्हाट इज़ गोइंग ऑन इन दिस बुक। अगला चैप्टर 4 ही है। चैप्टर 4 है रूल्स एंड स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द गेम। ठीक है, ये हम बाद में पढ़ेंगे, रूल्स एंड स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द गेम। So that is fine. It was okay till now. Now it's fucking game time. बट ठीक है, तुम यू गेट द जिस्ट ऑफ इट। ठीक है, क्या चल रहा है, क्या होना चाहिए, क्या नहीं होना चाहिए, समझ में आ रहा है ना तुम्हें? हाँ, तो बस इतना ही है भाई, ज़्यादा कुछ जोर मत दो। पहला जो मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ वो डिफरेंट है। मैं कह रहा हूँ गेट योर सेल्फ फिजिकली फिट एंड गेट योर सेल्फ एजुकेटेड। These two things matter most than anything else in your fucking lifetime. So this is more important than anything else. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that. And remember that. Now it's fucking game time. कोई PC से खेल रहा है, कोई PS से खेल रहा है। बट ठीक है, इट्स ऑल फन। क्या सुना आपने ऐसा जो हमने सही बोला? हाँ भाई, ये तो सही बात है भाई। वो सिंबल बना आ जाता है ना, किसी का पीसी का, किसी का पीएस का। भाई पीसी वालों का बट सही है यार, माउस तो उनके ना एम सही होते हैं। ये पीएस वाला
पूरा मतलब हैंड का रोटेशन होता है।
हाँ भाई, ये दुख है पीएस के साथ ना मुझे। भाई इसका वो कंट्रोलर है, वो बॉल की तरह है भाई, पूरा घूम जाता है हमारे इमोशंस के साथ। जैसे ही एनीमे दिखा, वो कंट्रोलर ऐसे भागता है जैसे दिल भागता है हमारा।
This is Shadow 01. Deployment to the war zone has been authorized. Resurgence. Survive and your team can redeploy. Eliminate targets and bring them back fast.
Cool भाई।
Enemy dropping into the AO.
रिच किड भाई कुछ कह रहे थे आप? अबे मुझे लगा ये मेरे टीम मेंबर है भाई। फक। नहीं भाई मैंने ध्यान नहीं दिया, मेरे बगल में कोई अपना ही टीम मेंबर था तो मुझे लगा वही है।
I'm back on station. You have reinforcements inbound. I'm hit! Enemy soldier incoming. Back in the fight! You're back on station. Go get after him. Took a round! That was close. Hostile UAV in the area. Incoming! The squad's in the safe zone. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch your side. Target down. Marking the rest of them. I'm hit! Enemy deployed an advanced UAV. Stitch requesting LBBR. I'm red on ammo! Located the rest. Contract failed. You'll have to be faster than that, soldier. Taking effective fire!
Shit.
Friendly loadout drops on the way. I'm back on station! Redeployed. Enemy soldier incoming. Reloading! Last mag! Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy down! Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them. Changing mag! Dropping into the AR. Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. I'm reloading! All squad mates are in the safe zone. Gas is closing in. remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down. Reloading!
Fuck.
Back in the fight! Stand by for redeployment. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Fire sale is active. Fire station prices are adjusted. Changing mags! Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting. Insurgents is about to end. Make it count. I'm hit! Target down. Marking the rest of them. Be advised, you still have squad mates outside the safe zone. Enemy UAV is online. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy advanced UAV is active. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy UAV is online. Enemy advanced UAV overhead. Fire sales over. Adjusting prices. Only 10 left. Hostile UAV in the area. We've got 10 squads active in the field. Done. Taking effective fire! Enemy soldier incoming. Insurgents have been deactivated. Here we go. I'm reloading! Supply crates have been restocked. Load up. Heads up. An enemy squad marks you as a bounty target.
I was totally acting in self-defense.
Got 4 remaining. Stay sharp. Move to the safe zone. Gas is moving. Setting waypoint. 5 squads still operational in the AO.
Let's go.
You're in the top 3. Don't let up now. Took a round! Shifting over.
स्नाइपर है भाई उसके पास. Fuck.
Get your squad to the safe zone. Leave no one behind.
Boss one. marked. Changing mag. Took a round. Switching mags.
You're in the last two. Now finish this. 3 squads left in the war zone. Stay alert.
घेर लिया भाई, लौटने को घेर लिया था. Got a kill, got a kill, got a kill. Let's play again. क्या टाइम हो गया? एक ही तो गेम खेला है भाई, एक ही तो गेम खेला है, एक ही तो गेम खेला है भाई.
The goat.
Sure, big dog.
I am that guy.
You are not that guy. Don't
Which
lie.
guy we are talking about?
Machot?
माँ के बेटे,
Machot?
माँ के बेटे.
Machot?
Learn to speak, bruh. You're not even speaking right. Macho is underwear in India. Macho is an underwear brand. Google it. It's underwear brand. You're a sponsor of an underwear, bro.
Ruck up. You're
You
headed
need to
the
value
war zone.
yourself higher.
All stations, we are green to go. Stand by for deployment. Resurgence. Survive to redeploy fallen teammates. Build and bring them back faster. Loadout drop headed your way.
टांगे दर्द कर गई हैं यार। अब मुझे थोड़ी देर रिलैक्स होना चाहिए, बट मे बी आई गेस हो ही जाता हूँ भाई। बहुत दर्द हो रहा है।
Enemy soldier incoming.
Reloading!
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them. Defuse it to secure valuable rewards. Mark remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
Yeah, man.
Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Target down. Marking the rest of them.
Changing mags!
Shit.
Last mag! I saw the light there.
Aiming देखो भाई, no aim, random aim.
I'm right on ammo! Incoming!
Shit. How much low you were on ammo, brother? How much low you were?
I got prison.
Got myself up!
Dropping into the AO.
Taking effective fire!
Fuck.
I'm back on
Turning you
station!
to the front. Earn this.
I'm back on station.
You've got a loadout drop inbound. Enemies are dropping
I'm
into the
reloading.
area. Watch the skies. That's 10. Win this thing.
भाई मरता ही नहीं है।
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on the attack map.
Took around!
Fuck.
Where's that? Where's that for that?
Back in the fight!
Go get your revenge. Friendly loadout drops on the way. Enemy soldier incoming.
Yeah.
Your squad mate is redeployed. Well
I don't
done.
know how to do it.
Shit.
position!
You're redeploying. Your squad's in the safe zone. Enemy dropping into the AO. Your squad mates back on station. Good work.
It's in the latency.
Taking effective fire!
फक और भी कोई मार रहा था पीछे से शिट यार
Back in the
You're
fight!
getting another chance. Weapons free. Fire sale active. Buy station prices have been reduced. We've got 10 squads active in the field. Enemy soldier incoming.
I was totally acting in self-defense.
I'm hit!
Resurgence
Last
window is
mag!
ending. Watch your six. Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them. Target down. Marking the rest.
Changing mags!
Enemy dropping into the AO. Some of your squad is outside the safe zone. Mark the remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
I'm red on ammo!
Fire sale done.
Reloading!
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
Last mag!
You're being tracked by an enemy squad. Evade and survive. Bounty targets identified. Weapons free. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. Be advised, resurgence is no longer active. This is for keeps. Squad mates outside the safe zone. 5 squads still operational in the AO.
I'm reloading!
You're in the top 3. Don't let up now.
I'm red on ammo! Last mag!
Only 2 left.
I'm right on
3
ammo!
squads left in the war zone. Stay alert. The enemy never stood a chance. Nicely done.
Nicely done. Yara kill. We got, oh भाई साहब 37 26 27 11 भाई साहब इजी भाई ये तो खतरनाक प्लेयर है सारे के सारे भाई How is that possible?
Enemy dropping into the AO. Check weapons and gear. We're holding for deployment.
Taking effective fire! Target down! Switching mags.
Playtime's over. Stand by for deployment to the war zone.
Got a contract here.
Resurgence. Stay alive. What is Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
अबे 3-3 थे क्या भाई
All bounty targets.
I'm back on station!
Hell of a job. Go get your revenge.
Shit.
Reloading.
Fuck.
I need medical.
Calling in score streak.
Switching mags. Back in the fight.
Stand by for redeployment. Bounty targets are up. Get up. Enemy soldier incoming.
अब इसमें तो गोलियां ही नहीं है fuck.
Took around. Reloading.
Located the rest of them. Soldier squad is outside the safe zone. Loadout drop headed your way.
Reloading.
You've got a loadout drop inbound. Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tac map. Get hunting. Enemy dropping into the AO.
I'm hit.
Enemy destroyed. Use your tac map to hunt down the rest of them.
Oh fuck.
Operator establishing score streak.
Shit. मार दिया.
Target evaded. Bounty contracts in full.
Swapping mags.
दिख रहा था थोड़ा सा.
I'm back on station.
Go get after it. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
I'm reloading.
You have reinforcements inbound. All squad mates are in the safe zone. Enemy soldier incoming.
Changing max!
Remaining operators from that squad. Hunt them down.
Got a contract here.
Positive ID on the bounty targets. Hunt them down. Enemies are dropping into the area. Watch the skies. All bounty targets are KIA. Well done.
Reloading.
Target down. Marking the rest of them. Fire stand is active. 5 station fighters still up. Still confirmed. Locating the rest of them. Enemy soldier incoming. Enemy UAV is online. Enemy UAV overhead.
Calling in score streak.
Enemy deployed an advanced UAV.
Operator establishing score streak.
Get ready. Resurgence window is about to close.
Changing max! Reloading!
Enemy dropping into the AO. Your squad made it to the safe zone. You've got gas moving in.
Reloading!
Good kill. Marking the rest of that squad on your tag map. Get hunting. Fire sales over. Just in pricing. We've got 10 squads active in the field.
Reloading!
Bounty targets marked. Kill them all.
I'm not leaving.
Resurgence is closed. No more second chances. Supply crates are restocked. Advise you to load up now. Enemy soldier incoming. Be advised, an enemy squad is tracking your location.
I'm reloading!
Only 4 remain. Finish the job. 5 squads still operational in the AO. Get your squad to the safe zone. Leave no one behind. Primary objective complete. All targets eliminated.
Got a contract here. That's our field upgrade.
Taking effective fire!
किसने किया है?
Hostile UAV in the area. Enemy UAV is online. Enemy advanced UAV is active. Enemy UAV overhead. You're in the last two. Now finish this. Bounty targets are up. Get after them.
क्या हैं? हाँ
Contract was compromised. Stand down. Some of your squad is outside the safe zone.
ये कितनी प्यारी सी गन है, किस चीज़ की गन है ये?
Less than 5 were still standing. Next time we'll take that victory. The enemy took that one, but we'll get them back.
शरीफ सा बन के बच्चा बन के चल देता है। सेक्सी चलो खाना खा लेते हैं, बहुत देर हो गई है, फिर देखते हैं क्या कर सकते हैं। तो इट वाज फनी एंड फकिंग एक्सपीरियंस, एक विन और बहुत सारे किल जो कि अपने को चाहिए होते हैं। तो दिस इज नाइस, आई लाइक इट। स्कोर वोर देखते हैं, फिर चलते हैं, फिर आज की पार्टी यहीं ख़त्म करते हैं, ठीक है। हमारा दिखा भाई 10 किल, मैंने बाकी सब पता नहीं कहाँ से ले जाते हैं लीव मैच, 10 किल ही हो पाए। कैजुअल में 30 तक पहुंचना है अपने को, 30 तक तो नहीं, 20 तक पहुंचते हैं। चल देख उसके 34 किल थे, 34। हर हर महादेव। चलो भाई टाटा बाय बाय सायोनारा, मिलते हैं बाद में कभी और, टाइम मिलेगा तो खेलेंगे भाई, ठीक है। चलो भाई डन है। चैप्टर 1 कंप्लीट किया है, चैप्टर 2 चैप्टर 3 3 चैप्टर कंप्लीट कर लिए, बाकी पता नहीं कितने चैप्टर है ये नहीं पता मेरे को, बस 6-7 का तो जिक्र आया था, तो 3 और करने हैं। और अभी तक हमने कुछ ज़्यादा 100 पेजिस पे नहीं पहुँचे, अभी तो 16-20% हुई है। तो आगे के चैप्टर बहुत बड़े होने वाले हैं। वी विल ट्राई टू फिनिश देम एज सून एज पॉसिबल, देन वी विल मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट बुक। सो दिस वुड बी प्रीटी गुड। सो सी यू, सायोनारा, टाटा बाय बाय, हर हर महादेव।